I was born in 1934, June 29th, 1934.
And where were you born?
I was born in Mercy Hospital in San Diego. I spent all my childhood in San Diego. As a matter of fact, we pretty much lived in the Barrio most of our lives.
What's that?
Logan Heights, you know, the ghetto part of San Diego. Parents, okay, my mother was from Culiacan. She came to San Diego when she was 13, I think it was. Yes. My father came from Guadalajara, and he came when he was around 11, 13, something, no, adolescent. He came all the way to Santa Ana, and from there went to San Diego. Yes. Met my parents, met my mother. What I remember most about it, my father was, he was a wonderful father, but a lousy husband.
Why?
He was, he loved women. He loved women. He was a womanizer, and he was never home. I don't remember my father living with us. I remember him coming to visit and giving my mother money just to feed us and leaving again. He was never around in our early ages. He was gone.
But he was good.
But he was a good father. He was. He just was kind. He was good. He was just, he was really a good man. He just wasn't a good husband. Grandmother, my mother, she struggled with us. We were poor. Father gave us just enough to survive on, and my mother was more of the Mother Hubbard who lived in the shoe with all the kids and couldn't feed them.
How many?
There was when I was little, there was 8 of us, and then 6 years later was my sister Linda. No, she's Lillian. She was born 6 years later, so then there was 9. And no, it wasn't her. It was Ronnie. Ronnie came 6 years later.
And you eventually how many?
Then eventually they came 3 years later, yeah. So and
And
it
how
was
many
10.
total?
10.
Oh, 10.
Yes, yeah. And after them, there was Linda, Mickey, and Rennie. That made us 13.
13.
Yeah.
Did you spend any time across the border?
Oh my God,
As
yes.
a kid?
My father had discovered that his family was in Ensenada, and he decided to take us there to meet our family from Mexico. And we went every summer. Our father dropped us off at the ranch, my cousin's ranch, and he said, I want you to be here. I want you to stay here for the whole summer to learn Spanish. And that's how we learned the Spanish the hard way. They would tell us something, we would answer them, and they'd laugh at the way we said it, but, you know, But when I was little and we went to the ranch, we had to pick the crop. We had to pick 2-3 rows of crop before we would go to the end of the crop time, where they had this big celebration at this big warehouse, and it was a big dance. So Mingo would tell us, okay, you can go, we can all go, but first we got to pick the crop.
Okay.
The life as a child, I don't remember too much because there's a lot of stuff I don't remember because it wasn't a very good one. we were poor. We were teased because we were poor. But I remember being happy with my brothers and sisters. I remember playing a lot. I remember running around. I remember having to wear clothes that my mother sewed for us because she couldn't afford to buy them. I remember things like that. But other than that, there's not a whole lot. Yeah. I remember being hungry.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I did good in elementary school because the reason I liked going to school was because I got away from home, and my responsibility at home was big because I pretty much took care of my brothers. They were my responsibility. So going to school was a break from being at home, and I like being at school. I don't think I was real smart, but I wasn't, I didn't struggle. And I remember being really good at math.
No problem.
By the time we got older, I was a teenager. By that time, Mom was already tired of being pregnant, I guess. And she was always pregnant with one of us. Of course, she had 13 of us. And she became bitter, and she was always angry. And I pretty much took the blunt of her bad life, and I had to stay home a lot to take care of kids because she was, always pregnant and always needed the help. And so I missed a lot of school.
Okay.
I missed a lot of school. I think if I would have known then what I know now, I would have been a lot more prouder about being a Mexican than I was then. Because then you were afraid to speak Spanish because you were torn down. You tried real hard to be an American because we were looked down at. And our heritage wasn't something to be proud of when we were growing up. And at this point of my life, I'm very proud of being with my heritage, being a Mexican. I come a long way when it comes to that. I'm proud of being able to speak Spanish. I can speak it well, and people always ask me, "Do you speak it?" And I said, "Yes, I do. I love it." Yep. I went to 10th grade, and then I ran away from home. I ran away from home. I went all the way to Ensenada and my own, and I got tired of my mom's abuse, and I decided I wasn't going to take it anymore, and I just left. And from that point, of course, they went and picked me up from Mingo's ranch, Nita's ranch, and I was sent to LA to live with my sister Alice. I went to school for 1 year there. I went to the high school in LA, and then they said I had to earn my own money, so I went to work.